Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is The Watchers 2, the sequel that takes the big men up a notch. We've brought back the Grimoire to get out our pricey men on the cheap, as well as some ramp cards. We've included a tutor that can draw us extra cards, along with finding us a card we need. The powerful men are still powerful and can be a force. Let's get in there. We're playing 2 copies of Insatiable Avarice, the tutor that comes with 2 modes. We can use it as a tutor, and place the card we've searched on top of our deck to be drawn with our very next card draw. Or with 3 black mana, we can use it to draw 3 cards with the additional cost of 3 life. With enough mana, we can use both modes and tutor up a card along with a pair of others to help our cause. Llanowar Elves is a great way to get ahead on mana early on. We hope to get cards like the green Overlord or a talent down on turn 2, then follow up with a Grimoire on turn 3. An early Elspeth is also possible, given the right line of plays. Caretaker's talent is primarily card draw that will boost our token men as well as give us a copy of any token for only 1 white mana. The copy ability can help ramp us further if we use it to copy a land token the green Overlord has given us. It's an easy way to more mana as well as more cards. Summoner's Grimoire is our key card. With it, we can equip any creature we have and send it in to get any of our big enchantment men on board for free. Not only do we get it at no cost, but it will enter tapped and attacking. If it's not an enchantment creature, it simply enters play. We're loaded with big men that are also enchantments, so we should be able to gain a huge advantage on board over the course of an attack step or 2. Elspeth the Stormslayer is a powerful planeswalker that is capable of generating an army on her own, but in this case we've brought help. We have 3 enchantment men that generate tokens, 2 of which generate token men. And Elspeth will double those tokens and give us numbers on board that can bring down an opposing life total quickly. The green Overlord has been a major player in a number of decks since its arrival in Standard. When we play it out, whether it's with impending or not, we get a land token. As a creature, it has great stats that allow it to attack and defend well. Yuna is our backup plan. We can use her ability to get back any enchantments we have in the grave. In case anything gets destroyed that we want on board, Yuna can get it back. Some of our enchantment men are also sagas, so they'll send themselves to the grave on their last chapter. Not only can we get them back, but Yuna also gives them Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2, all very useful abilities that help us level pain upon the opponent's dome. Odin is a very lethal enchantment creature that we featured in one of our first decks after the release of Final Fantasy. Odin is a monster that doubles as removal, and with his second lore counter gains the ability to end the game with just 1 hit. If we're still playing the game after that, his 3rd chapter draws us a pair of cards at the cost of 2 life to us and the opponent. He whacks an enemy coming in and whacks all players on his way out. Fitting. The white Overlord generates a pair of 2/1 flying men when it enters and again when it attacks. Its impending cost is low enough that we can play it out early, but it's one of those cards we like to try to get in play using the Grimoire. It's a sizable body that generates additional men and can put pressure on the opponent. Knights of Round is a massive token generator. It is a saga that will send itself to the grave, but before it does so, it will generate an army worthy of Mordor. Its first 4 lore counters will generate 4 token men and give us bodies that we can use to defend or attack. They might not be big, but we're aiming for numbers to be able to get in past any defenders. Bahama is our top-end card. It's a big 9/9 flyer that takes out a non-land permanent when it lands, and again on the following turn. Chapter 3 gives us 2 cards, and if the opponent is still alive for Chapter 4, they won't be alive much longer. The 4th lore counter deals damage taught he opponent equal to the mana value of our other permanents. That's a punch and a half if we have other enchantment men on board. For lands, we're playing 4 Lush Portico, the Celestia Surveil land, 4 Hushwood Verge, the forest that becomes a dual when we have a forest or plains in play, 4 Shadowy Backstreet, the Orzhov Surveil land, 5 forest, 2 swamp, and 5 plains. Playing the deck is fairly simple. Although we get off to a slow start, we make up for it with big plays early. If you can smell what we're cooking, A Grimoire on turn 3 can give us one of our big enchantment men on turn 4. We're going without dedicated removals for the fact that we want to be getting men out on the regular. Let's go hard and force the opponent to block and come up with answers. Even if the opponent is able to take out some of our men, Yuna can bring them back and give them additional abilities. And Elspeth can double our token generation, and that can be huge but not as critical as her ability to give our men a boost and flying until our next turn. Our tutor can be used to find any card to give us what we need at a critical moment. Use it and use it well. It could be a critical card at a timely moment. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is an otter in a hat. Better in a hat than overly fat, with a smelly cat, or getting hit with a bat. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander that's got double Smelf and 2 of our enchantment men. This could work out since we only need to draw into a Grimoire. Keep your pants on. We draw a Bahama Mama. She will make you clean your room and take away your poke your mom cards. They throw down a Lifegain guy. These guys never get tired of inflating their life total and calling it a day. This day, we will test their Lifegain. We're going to have 5 mana on our turn 3, just 3 short of throwing down a Knights of Round. They play out a bat. It's a total toss-up as to what they'll end up taking. They end up swiping the one card we can't play out. Bro is either a strategic genius or he's been playing too many Poke Your Mom cards. We draw a land, and now we're only 2 more lands away from dropping a Knights of Round. They go full Lifegain mode and drop a Channeler. But, of course they do. And they follow up with a Lifegain land. Such a powerful combo, bro. My combo of mana men and big powerful cards has not been working out. We draw a white Overlord, and we can drop it in for its impending cost. And as soon as it lands, we'll get a pair of token men. Our blockers have arrived. They send their Channeler, and we'll chump it. With any luck, we'll get more token producers and hold their men off a while longer. Our Surveil land shows us our 8th mana. Knights of Round are going to get in there on our next turn. Our Lifegain bro goes with more Lifegain. I'm so shocked. They send it, and we'll block the giant Channeler with our last token. Here comes our first Knights of Round. We get 3 tokens along with an indestructible blocker. They send everyone, but luckily, we have enough men that we can block everything minus the flyer. All that for 1 damage. We draw a Grimoire like 6 turns too late. Back when we had 5 mana on turn 3 would have been a great time to show up. Well, no use scrying over spilled mana. Let's get our second Knights of Round on board. They send almost everyone yet again. We'll block up and try to take down the one pumping their men. Another 1 damage shot. Very nice, Bo. They had another one. That's unfortunate. Still, though, we've got plenty of more tokens to come. We draw a talent. That should help us out, but for now, we'll play out the Grimoire and use it to equip one of our Knights of Round. That'll let us get Bahama Mama down for free. We'll take out their bat and get back our Odin. There will be more destruction on the way, but for now, this is a good start. They play out the worst removal card in the current standard and snipe our Bahama Mama. We'll get it back, no worries. They send it, but this time they don't throw in the white mage. Wonder why that is. The question here is, should we gang block to take down one of their men? In this instance, I think we want to preserve our numbers. Let's just throw chumps this time. Our surveil land shows us a smelf on top. We can smelf what they're cooking, and we don't need to smelf it up more. Let's bin it. We'll play out the talent and make a copy of one of our tokens. And we draw another Bahama Mama. It's time to get in there. We'll take down their Gain and Drain guy. Their numbers are dwindling while we've still got plays to make. They even have another one of those. No matter, we've still got more destruction on the way. For the first time, the Lifegain guy does not swing in. Mark that on your calendar. The time has come to free up our first Bahama Mama. Even with all their life, there is pain coming. We draw an Elspeth. That's pretty awesome. We lose our first Knights of Round, but the rest of our men get indestructible. Perma-blockers is what I like to call them. Let's get Elspeth in there, and we'll use her pump ability, which also gives our men flying. We've got way more damages than they have life. Even the Smelfs will get in there. Damages, bro, damages. GG's, extra cheese, a lifetime supply of cheese even. This is Mika Elvum, born in 1978. Don't hit me with your grandma tears, bro. The shuffler, I tell you, we're being tested with this hand. I mean, it can only get better from here, right? Keep your pants on. Our first Smelf will get in there. He's the tip of the spear. They come at us with a toxic guy that makes a toxic guy when it dies. We draw a Grimoire, and now all we need are some of our enchantment men. Our Surveil land shows us our fourth Smelf, but I'm afraid he's missing the party. We can't go with all four. They go for a builder's talent. Shenanigans are upcoming. We're going with the Grimoire this turn, and let them smell what we're cooking. They use a seal from existence to snipe our Grimoire. At a time when we have nothing big on board and we're 2 mana short of being able to play out the majority of our deck, we draw a talent and we'll play it out. We've got a token to copy, so we can get another draw right away. And we draw a second talent. Now I wish we'd have tapped the elves for mana. We could have played out the second talent this turn. They level up their talent, but that's not really all that scary. Neither is that. That's all our talents back to back to back. Let's get them all in there. And we'll have to manually tap because the auto-tapper will refuse to tap our elves. We want to make sure we have a single white mana left over to be able to make a token copy with one of our new talents. That got us a couple of enchantment men, which we can play out for their full price. Aloran comes in and takes out one of our talents, but that still leaves 2 in play, and we've got more tokens on the way. Our Surveil land shows us a plains on top, and we'll bin it. Let's avoid drawing lands if we can. We've got plenty of mana already. White Overlord gets in there along with double card draw. We'll send in our tokens. Most of their men have 1 toughness, so blocking equals trades here. And we want to soften their team so they can't gang block our White Overlord and take it out. They block up, and this is just fine. We'll send a pair of their men to the grave in the exchange. They go for an Elspeth, the smaller one. I'm not seeing a whole lot of offensive capabilities over there. Even if they have a board wipe, we have a Yuna.
Together!
Our Surveil land shows us an Odin, which we can't play out with only 1 black available, and Yuna can get it out of the grave anyways. We'll go ahead and load up our tokens this turn. Then we'll assassinate their Elspeth. They could take down our white Overlord, but we have a second one to replace it. They block up with Lauren. She's going down a hole along with their Elspeth. Before she goes and takes a long dirt nap, they give us a draw. I don't know how they're getting out of this one. You can't seal your way to victory, bro. Should have brought some big boy pants. That still leaves 18 damages in the air. Yeah, that's what we thought. Smell you later, bro. This is Mr. Salty Man. He likes his salt with a little bit of salt. We get a 4-lander with triple enchantment men. Not quite the start we would like, but our draws could only improve this hand. We do have a Surveil land to help out our cause. Keep your hopes up. Our Surveil land shows us a Grimoire. No, it's another land. That's unfortunate. They throw down an Infestation Sage. It's looking like the small man team that is willing to sacrifice itself for a pile of damages. They add a Blood Witch to their board. On the plus side, all their men are rather small. We draw a Grimoire. With any luck, we'll be able to use it to get ourselves back in this game. They hit us with a Duress. For them, it's the right time, but for us, it could cost us the game. We draw an Elspeth, and as long as it doesn't get hit with Duress, we can get it down on our next turn. They land a journal, which will let them sacrifice men for cards. And with their men leaving tokens behind when they die, they have plenty of card draw coming up. It's time for Elspeth and her tokens. We can slow the incoming damages at least, and that could be enough to buy us a little time. That has to be a mistake. They send it, but we can block up and take out their men. That Blood Witch needs to go. Our Surveil land shows us a Bahama mama, and we have to bin it.
I welcome all allies.
They play out a vacuum. It's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They send it, and we'll block what we can. It's a matter of making sure we survive to get another turn. Our surveil land shows us a forest on top. That will be our 8th land and enough to let us get out our Knights of Round. For this turn, we'll play out Odin and use his ability to take out the flying token. Are the tables turning? I think they are. We're close to bringing down a Knights of Round with double tokens. They save themselves and snipe Odin, but that is going to be the least of their worries. Say hello to my little friends, all 6 of them.
Right from the heavens.
They're going to have to do a lot of sniping if they want to survive our next attack. They don't have enough to kill us, and they don't have enough to survive our attack. That's going to be GG's.
Sent on wings of light.
Damages, bro, damages. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.